Hello ladies and gentlemen, Yessik here again today to bring you another episode of Indie Crunch, and this game is either called Jump Game, which is what the exe file is called, or it's called Super Groovy Man Who Loses Ability to Control When He Jumps. So either way, that is a very descriptive title, and you can probably already tell what's going on here. I have no control over when I jump at all. So the main concept of the game is you don't know why you're constantly jumping, and you just really want to figure out how to get rid of this, and you can tell that you're groovy by the fact that you are spewing either purple light on a yellow background or yellow light on a purple background in this crazy funkadelic world. So I gotta go find a priest to exorcise my demon, as you might imagine is the solution in this game. So just moving down here, and surprisingly enough, this game is very challenging. And the reason it's challenging is because you kind of have to avoid spike traps and things of the sort, but you don't have control over when you jump. Like, this game would be no problem at all given myself if they had just given me the ability to jump. Even if they had made the jump slightly lower. But as it is, it's absolutely ridiculous trying to remember every 2 seconds you jump. So you end up spending a lot of downtime in this game just kind of waiting for the jump to happen. But I think that's made up for, A, by this funkadelic groovy music going on, and B, by the kind of interesting concept that this game has going for it. It kind of surprised me how much I like this game, and I'm not sure how long it is. It's probably very short considering it's just on Game Jolt. And by the way, I should tell you this is on Game Jolt for free, and it is by Electron. Unfortunately, I can't give you the real names because on Game Jolt everyone just goes by their username. But Game Jolt is a great site where you can find a lot of free indie games and a lot of people just experimenting with indie games. And this is where I keep getting stuck. I've passed this part before, but surprisingly enough, you do have to get some momentum in this game. Like, you have to actually you have to travel in an arc of sorts, and I've really got to stop, what am I saying? Sitting on my microphone cord, because now I can't hear myself or hear my pickup, which is very important to me. Okay, so let's make it past this, or else this will be another failed recording. I failed one already. No! Yeah, so as you can see, the main challenge of the game isn't that the jumps are hard. It's that you have to kind of imagine somebody else pushing up for you. And you have to do that at a very precise timing. So right there, managed to get that, and right there, not quite. So you can see they actually give you a fair amount of leeway on this. So have to wait for that jump, and then... See, the problem is, I wait for it to happen, and then I start moving either slightly before or slightly after I jump. And there we go, finally got past this obstacle. So things I don't like about this game, it's a bit trials and error-y, but that's kind of the point of the game, so not going to fault too much on that. The other thing that I don't like is in some later puzzles, you end up with a lot of downtime, a lot of time waiting around, and a lot of dying to try to synchronize elements. And I'll show you why fairly soon. So you'll notice here, if I die, the piece of board, I'll call it, or the floating platform actually spawns in a different location. Like, it just continues on its previous course. So you end up spending a lot of time trying to synchronize it with the rest of the game. And as you can tell, I'm having trouble here because since it's not synchronized, I am not making it on properly. So I did jump in time that time, jumped in the middle, and I should be able to get one more jump off on the far side, but I got crushed anyways. So I'm going to try again. Try high above me. She's so lovely. And I think I should be able to make this one. So I found a priest now. Yes, I am a priest. I need you to perform an exorcism on me. You're not possessed. Oh shit. Excuse my language. What should I do now? I'll go find a doctor. Okay. So the game's sense of humor, the game's story is very dry, but again, I'm fairly certain this is a mostly experimental game, and I like what it's doing. Like, I've actually been having a really good time with this game. Mostly because it's challenging my preconceived notions of myself being a fairly good platformer. Because the second they take away control of when I can jump, I'm absolutely useless, so I have to wait for like the right amount of time here. The good thing is that since they have the timer, everything you do is rather repeatable. There we go. Excellent. So if you time your jump and you time it again, you should be able to repeat the exact same thing you've done last time, or you could conversely just adjust your times very slightly to try to get the right timing down. So this is a fairly easy room, just down and up. Lovely. And nope. I was asking if he's a doctor. Unfortunately, there's some screens where when you're jumping up you can't see the text, but I play one on TV. Close enough. I need your diagnosis. It will stop jumping. Okay, well, severe case of the hiccups, go find a monster to the east of here and have him scare you, and then you'll be cured. Excellent. So I don't know how much longer this game is. I've actually gotten stuck at some of the further puzzles in this, or, well, at this exact screen to be honest, and I haven't played for that long. But I thought I'd share it with you since it's just an interesting look at what happens when you take away the ability to jump and put it only in the game's hand. It kind of makes the jumping unpredictable, and it also does one other thing, which is kind of shows how hard it is to actually predict certain games. I have actually been on this screen. I forgot about it though. So if the game takes away your ability to jump and gives it to the computer, let's say in like a Zelda, you end up with the accidents that you see all the time in Zelda where you, instead of jumping very neatly from one platform to another, jump into a pit of lava. And I think it's a kind of cool analogy. I'm not sure if that's what he was going for. A kind of cool comparison. I'm not going to call it an analogy. That is entirely incorrect. And he probably didn't even mean to do that, but that's what it reminds me of. So I'm going to stick with it. And made it to this floor. And here is probably where I'm going to stop, because as we saw in that one screen near the beginning of this game, I have a very hard time with puzzles where I just need to jump, like straight up, as high as I can. So I'll give it a couple tries, but I think this might be indeed game over time for me. By the way, these areas where you have to walk around a row of spikes on the ceiling are actually harder than they look, because for the long ones, if you don't get enough momentum going, yeah! Oh, found the monster. This might be the end of the game. Oh, I guess I'll look back on my life. I can't see his point. Wish I could see him again. Got the hiccups and I need you to scare me. Oh man, it worked. Excellent. So I'm just gonna leave. I can't go back now. So apparently I have to go forward into the gullet of this monster. Oh, never mind, I actually won. So if you want to give this a try, I highly recommend it. This is again by Electron on Game Jolt, and it is called either Jump Game or Super Groovy Man Loses ability to control when he jumps. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you care for more content, hit the like and subscribe. I don't say that very often, but this time I will. And I will see you guys next time.